Hey guys, welcome to Learn DMX Lighting, formerly Learn Rock Lighting. Since the channel is pretty new, I decided to change the name in hopes that it would drive more people to the channel to view it, because we want to teach you how to rock some lights. Today's episode will be about programming moving headlights. We're going to focus particularly on the settings that are for DMX when you're actually manually running a light board. There's some other settings in them. They're more like DJ settings, and they're for maybe a school dance or something like that where nobody's controlling the lights. And we're going to touch on them. We're going to go through everything, but we're going to focus on moving headlight programming for rock guys. When we program these lights, it's all done through this window right here. This window is going to give us a bunch of abbreviated terms, which would be hard to figure out if you didn't have the manual for the light. Or if you did it all the time, it might be easier to figure out. And even then, it can still be somewhat of a question, because some of these lights have more or less abbreviations in them for programming points. We're going to go through the manual, because if I sit here and I explain these terms to you, or I do it quickly, hands-on up on a light, you're not going to get it as much as if you have a visual figure like the manual. So let's look at this manual. But first, let's tell you a little bit about this light. This is a 90-watt moving light. It offers red, green, blue, and white for colors. The channel options are 13 or 15, whichever one you want to program into it. It has a 2-degree, very tight beam. Okay, this beam is round and tight like a beer can, but a little bit bigger than that. Its movement is 540 degrees and 180 degrees. 540 degrees is how the whole light turns. So it'll make a turn and a half turn, and that's 540 degrees. The 180 degrees refers to the tilt. You take this head right here and it'll flip 180 degrees backwards. This is part of the manual for this light. The abbreviations I talked about are going to pop up in the window when you press the menu button. Let's go back to that for a minute. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. On the light, I was telling you everything programs through here, through abbreviations. They're in the manual. This is the menu button. You go through this button and you get all of the abbreviations to program up here. That is an up, a down, and an enter. Up and down is used if you want to get numbers for starting address, moving up or down. In a lot of the settings, you can hit either or up or down, and it will ask you yes or no. Whatever you do, if you're programming numbers or just a movement that takes a yes or a no, when you're done, you hit enter. As you're going through the settings and you're hitting menu, once you see one you want to adjust, you hit enter to lock it in to work with it. You adjust it, being up or down. When you see what you want there, you're going to hit enter again. So normally on this light you have to hit enter twice, normally on most lights. Alright, back to the manual. So when you're pressing menu, you'll come up with ADDR, address. You'll go up or you'll go down, pressing those buttons. Whatever address you want to get to for your starting address, you will then hit enter when you see it. Enter will lock it in. CHND is an option for 15 or 13 channel, whichever you choose to use. Again, I think we covered that, but we're just going to review it because we had to jump back. SLND is for master and slave mode for when we are not using DMX. The first light will be the master light. It doesn't have anything going in it, but it runs a line out of it. It runs a DMX line out to the next light, which would be in. And the light automatically recognizes the second light as being the slave. It'll mirror what the first light is doing. Whatever the first light's doing, the second one's going to do the same. You don't have to hit and set up slave 2 on the second light. I don't know why they have it here. It's very simple with this light. You just plug an out to an in. It automatically goes into master mode. A little confusing the way they set it all up here. In that setting, you also have auto. Those are the different modes for auto, and the light will do what's programmed in it, and you can pick what you want. In the previous setting, SLND, you didn't see it because I had to switch to another page here. You have sound. If you enter sound, you'll get sound active, and the light will supposedly blink to the music. It will, but it's not like having a lighting guy. SHND will take you to a variety of different shows programmed into it, and you can pick which one you want. SENS is sensitivity. That adjusts the sensitivity of the pickup of the microphone, the response of the light when it is in sound active. BLND, this is an important one. Let's say you're in the bar, the venue, the theater, whatever it might be, and you're running lights, and all of a sudden there's a failure of DMX. Okay, some guy doesn't like the way you're doing your light show, he cuts your cable in half, or let's say maybe your light board comes unplugged. This is where you program the response of the lights in that situation. BLAC means blackout. DMX 0, that means no DMX. The lights will completely black out. If you program auto without 512 signal, the lights are going to go into some auto mode. Probably the one that you picked in the show mode or the other auto mode back there on the other page. If you pick sound, it will go into sound active. If you pick hold, the lights will remain lit up the last position that they were in when the DMX went out. So let's say you had 12 of these lights in particular. Not all the other lights, but just these 12. When you lose DMX, if they were green just before you lost DMX, they will be green once you lose the DMX, thus giving the band a little bit of light to play by. So that's not a bad setting. LED turns the display off of the front of the light. If it's reading the address, you turn it off. It's not going to read the address, but you're still going to get a blinking red light to indicate that DMX is present. DISP stands for display. This is where you reverse the display. When you get a moving headlight, you'll put it on the bench, you'll set everything up on it, you'll read the display to do it, and then when you hang it on your truss upside down, the display will be upside down too. A little difficult to read, so you're going to want to reverse the display. And here we go with the real important ones, the reason I really wanted to do this video. We're going to cover everything, but I really wanted to cover this one. This is where you adjust the pan, and the next channel is the tilt. You reverse the pan is what you do here. Okay, you make it go opposite. The direction that it's panning will change. This will change the tilt. This will reset the light. You can also reset the light through your light board. If this is set in 15 channels, or 18, whatever the light may be, most moving lights, the last fader will reset it. This one is set in 15, so if I go push channel 15 up in my light board, that fader goes up to 255 in value, and I allow it to stay there for a few seconds, it's going to reset the light. You're going to see the light start moving around, it's going to be adjusting itself inside, and then it's going to take position where it's supposed to be. Sometimes lights will not be in the position where you have them programmed to be. It's just an idiosyncrasy of the lights. It doesn't happen with all your lights all the time, but if it does happen, you could hit reset and it should go to where it's supposed to be. Let's take a look at the lights we're going to be working with and how they pan, and then we'll adjust the pan on it. We'll go through everything, but we're going to specifically be hands-on with the pan and the tilt. Alright guys, these are the lights that we're going to be working with. The light on the left is one that we're going to adjust. If you look at them right now, they go in and they cross each other. We're going to adjust this so that they follow each other. Let's go have some fun with lights. All right, here's our victim. The most important settings that I'm going to show you for DMX lighting when you're lighting up venues by hand and not just putting them on sound active and letting them just do their thing is going to be address, channel mode, blackout, display, and pan, tilt, reversal. As I'm going through these buttons here, if you spend too much time when you hit menu, it's going to revert back to the very first option, which is addressing. So let's say you've clicked the button 6 times and you're in LED display and you stand there lollygagging, it's going to go back to address. You're going to have to click it again. So I'm going to move through them kind of quick, and I'm going to move through pan and tilt quick, and then we're going to come back to pan and tilt, and we're going to do some hands-on stuff. That displays the address. The next one allows us to adjust it. We hit enter. Let's take it up one to 259. Say that was a mistake maybe. So we go to 258 and we hit enter. It wasn't a mistake, it was just to simulate it. CHND is channel. This is in 15 channel mode. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to go 13 channel. I don't want it to be in 13 channel, so let's go back to it. Enter. Well, it's in 15. It didn't stay in 13. Why, guys? Because I didn't hit enter. Watch. CHND, enter. 13 channel, enter. Now when it goes off and it cycles through, it should go back to 15 or 13. See, it's staying down. So let's take it up to channel. Enter. I'm hitting the down button. I'm hitting the enter button. And it's on 15. Just where we wanted it. It's moving up real slow. It's getting DMX on the board right now and how fast to move. Oh. Got lost there for a minute. SLND, that's that master-slave mode that we talked about. SHND, those are different pre-programs, not for DMX. Sensitivity for sound active. BLND, that's interesting. That is the one where you can make it black out without DMX, because remember that guy cut your cable in half because he didn't like your lights. Or you can hold it with the last scene that it was on with these particular lights, where it'll go sound active, or it can go into just an auto program. LED will reverse the display. Watch. Off. Click it. On. Enter. Off. It's supposed to reverse the display, guys. What's going on with it? Alright, that was LED. It wasn't display. Let's do this again. Come on, Steve. Get it together here. Okay. LED. Enter. Off. On. Enter. Now you see the address. If you remember, while we've been programming this, it only goes back to a blinking light unless I'm running through it. So let's put it back where it was. Oh, missed it. Easy to do. LED, enter, off, enter. Now when it goes back, you should have nothing but a blinking light. There we go. Next is display. That will reverse the display when we hang it upside down. Ah, the great pan, the great tilt. And that's the reset right there. So let's take it back and start our pan and our tilt. Pan, enter, just turned around. Now we're going to go to tilt. Enter. Enter. And it just came back. Let's go see if it worked. Before we look and see if it worked, I want to show you how we're doing it. This is Show Express. Okay, this is the 15 channels of the light that we just adjusted. X is pan, XX is fine pan, Y is tilt, YY is fine tilt. When I hit pan or tilt, it's going to go either 180 or 540 degrees based on whichever one I'm hitting. When you hit fine pan or fine tilt, here or here, it's only going to move a fraction of that, just a hair. It's for very finite adjustments is why you have that. And most lights, there we go. Oh, I thought we lost everything. I don't know what happened. Okay. What was I telling you guys? I was telling you that most lights, if they come in 13 or 15 or 9 and 11, the different channel configurations that you can set it up to, 13 doesn't have fine pan, fine tilt. It just says X and Y. So normally if you see a configuration that's 2 channels different, it means it either does or doesn't offer fine pan and fine tilt. This is the speed of the pan and tilt. This is the master fader dimmer. This is the strobe activation fader. It's going to turn the strobe on and it's going to set the speed. That's red, green, blue, white. That's different modes that are pre-programmed into the light that you could do through DMX. That would be the speed of the modes. This says autofocus. Believe me, it's not an autofocus light. There's nothing that I've seen this channel do. And this is a no function channel here. But it is also a reset channel. I have it marked as no function. If I push that fader all the way up, it's going to reset the light. That was a weird blackout there. How did that happen? Okay, well, let's black out here and look at the stage. You guys ready? Little drum roll here. See what we got. We have mission success. The lights now follow each other as opposed to crossing each other. All right, guys, in order to ensure that you guys got that pan tilt thing, which is very important, you can't have every light on the stage going in the same direction. We're going to go back and we're going to reset them to the way they were to make an X. We'll do it one more time for you. All right, let's put this bad boy where it was. I'm looking for pan. There it is. Enter. Enter. Now I'm going to go tilt. Enter. Enter. And it should be back to normal. Let's go see. Let's see if they work. Drum roll, please. This is a lighting channel. Somebody's got to play the drums. Great. What do we got? Mission success again. They cross. And that is how you pan, tilt, adjust a light. All right, guys. This has been programming moving lights internally through the light. I hope you guys got something out of that. Before I go, I want to just tell you about our next episode. It's going to be about opti-splitters. We're going to talk all about opti-splitters, opto-splitters, however you want to pronounce it. And we're going to show you some different ones. We're going to be teaching here further lessons on Show Express. There's a variety of computer software out there and different hardware type light boards. And I surely can't use every one of them. This is what I use. I've never found a limitation with it. It's a great program. It'll be real easy to follow along if you have this particular setup. If you don't, you could take what I'm teaching and you can cross that over to your own particular board. I do not work for Show Express, which you get through Chave, by the way. I do not work for Chave. They don't know my name. They don't give me any money to talk about their product. I wish they did. I'm not endorsed. I just think it's a great product and it's the one I'm going to use. You go to Chavet's site, or you could just look up Show Express. Either way, you'll find it somehow. And it's free to download it to your laptop. Once you download it, you have to buy the dongle or the interface. Let's call it the interface. You have to buy the interface. They probably range around $200, somewhere in that area. There are other programs that you can download for free and get those on your laptop, and the interfaces are about $60, and they can work with a variety of different programs in a lot of cases. This one here is strictly for Show Express. There's probably a reason in the pricing difference there, because I have found no limitations with this program. There's nothing I can't do with this. I mean, I've barely hit the tip of the iceberg on Show Express on what it's capable of. Everything else it's capable of is not what I do. I do hands-on light shows, compositions, and I don't really need a lot of the stuff that's in there. It would take forever to learn it all, but it's got some great stuff in it. Another thing I like about Show Express is if you have a problem with anything, you call Chavet. They have people that are local down in Miami, and they will tap into your computer and they'll fix whatever needs to be fixed if it has something to do with the software. Sometimes they might have to refer you to a forum where you can talk to the actual designers of the software. These are just IT guys, but if you need extra drivers put in because it won't download, they'll be glad to put those in for you, and there's no charge for that ever. This show is 100% Marshmallow approved. This is our mascot. All right, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, like Marshmallow, our new mascot, and watch some of the great videos that I made here, right here on this channel.